Swipe. Approved. The screen of the card reader flashes a bright blue "Approved" as Marcus smiles, taking his brand new high-end television. The store's display monitors scream, "The economy is booming." But look closely. On the wall directly behind him, a massive industrial emergency warning siren spins silently, its deep red light casting an ominous shadow over his shoulders. He doesn't see it. He doesn't hear the silence before the storm. He is blissfully stepping onto a cracked floor, completely blind to the economic crash creeping right beneath his feet.
Back home, Marcus sits in his living room, staring at his massive new screen. It feels like winning. The media tells him assets are rising, jobs are plentiful, and his current lifestyle is perfectly normal. This is the sweet poison of false confidence. But step back and look at his desk. Tucked under his keys is a thick stack of past due statements. A debt web of $15,000 quietly spinning its threads around his neck, costing him over 50 hours of grueling work every single week. He believes he is building a life, but he is actually renting a house of cards. The modern financial system is designed to keep Marcus spending precisely when he should be running for cover. The flashing signs of prosperity are nothing but a beautiful, fragile screen, hiding a decaying foundation. The system encourages him to borrow more, buy more, and ignore the quiet cracking of his own financial stability. He feels safe because everyone around him is doing the exact same thing, swiping away their future for a temporary hit of dopamine. But safety in a crowd is a deadly illusion when the crowd is marching straight toward a cliff. The trap is set, and Marcus has walked right into it, with a smile on his face.
Why does this illusion persist? Why does the television keep screaming that everything is fine while your wallet feels lighter every single day? It is because the giant financial institutions rely on your false confidence to keep their engines running. They need consumer spending to maintain the illusion of growth, even as underlying liquidity in the financial system begins to dry up like a desert. Think about it. When banks lend you money, they are selling you a product. Your lifetime of labor is their profit margin. If Marcus stops swiping, if he stops borrowing, the machine grinds to a halt. So they distract him. They flood the news with superficial indicators, stock market highs, low unemployment rates, while burying the rot underneath. They create a massive credit machine that forces you to lock up your future earnings today. But behind closed doors, the smart money is already moving. Big institutional investors aren't buying the hype. They are quietly converting their assets into cash, preparing for the inevitable freeze. They know that when liquidity evaporates, those caught in the debt web will be stripped bare. They want Marcus to keep spending his $4,200 a month on depreciating toys so they can buy up real assets for pennies on the dollar when the music finally stops. The game is rigged, and the cheerleaders on television are paid to keep you dancing until the very last second.
But the smartest investors don't listen to the news. They look at the bond market. And right now, the bond market is flashing a code red. It is called the yield curve inversion. Under normal conditions, a long-term loan should pay you a higher interest rate than a short-term loan. That makes sense, right? You demand more profit for locking your money away for 10 years instead of 2. But right now, the math is completely broken. Investors are so terrified of the near-term future that they are rushing to buy long-term bonds, driving their yields down. Short-term rates are now significantly higher than long-term rates. This inversion is the financial equivalent of a physical structural failure. It happened right before the dot-com crash. It happened with terrifying precision before the 2008 financial crisis. Every single modern recession has been preceded by this exact anomaly. It is the mathematical proof of institutional panic. When the smartest, richest entities on Earth are willing to take less profit for long-term safety, they are telling you one simple, undeniable truth. They believe a catastrophic storm is coming in the short term.
This is not just a statistical glitch. This yield curve inversion is the ultimate recession warning, a physical alarm system for the global economy. Yet the public remains asleep. Historically, the lag between the inversion and the actual economic crash is between 12 to 18 months. During this quiet window, the economy looks completely normal. Stocks can hit all-time highs. Real estate can look booming. This is the danger zone. It creates a false sense of security that lures people like Marcus into taking on even more debt, thinking the warning was a false alarm. But history warns us. The longer the inversion persists, the more violent the eventual snapback will be. When the dam breaks, it happens overnight. Liquidity completely vanishes, banks stop lending, businesses freeze hiring, and those $15,000 debt burdens suddenly turn into physical anchor chains dragging families underwater. Marcus thinks his job is secure, but his employer relies on the exact same cheap credit that is about to disappear. The warning siren has been spinning for months. The math of the system cannot be bargained with. The crash is not a possibility. It is a mathematical certainty that has already been set in motion. The fuse is lit, and it is burning fast.
So, how do you survive when the system is designed to crush you? You must do the exact opposite of the crowd. While others are swiping credit cards, you must ruthlessly build your liquidity. You must treat cash as your armor. Stop trying to build wealth in a burning house. Your absolute first priority is to sever the threads of your debt web. Every dollar of high-interest debt you pay off is a guaranteed return on investment that no volatile market can ever match. Cut your non-essential spending immediately. Build a fortress of cash that can sustain you for months without a paycheck. When the economic crash hits, cash is king and debt is a death sentence. By securing your own foundation today, you turn a global disaster into the single greatest buying opportunity of your lifetime. Protect yourself now before the options vanish.
Marcus looks at his new television, then down at his cut credit card. The quiet apartment suddenly feels incredibly tense. Outside his window, the city lights flicker, a silent reminder of the vast, interconnected grid that could freeze at any moment. The recession warning is active. The clock is ticking down, and every single day you delay your preparation brings you closer to the edge. Marcus has made his choice to fight back. But what about you? Will you continue to ignore the flashing red siren on the wall, or will you break free before the system snaps? The storm is already on the horizon. The choice is yours, but you must make it tonight.
Are you ready for the coming economic shift? Tell us your plan in the comments below and subscribe to Break the System.